What is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to the YouTube. In this video, we're going over a crazy testimonial, and it's of Manal, who made $3,000 in one single day at 17 years old. Now, this is also someone with no experience. She used to work at McDonald's, fast food, and then she came in, she got the right training, she got the right guidance, and she started learning high income skills of sales and was able to generate 3K in a single day. All right. So if she can do it, then you can do it as well. Now, if you want the same training as what Manal has got and all the other students have got, you want that step-by-step guidance on how to get started with online sales and making money online and becoming the best version of yourself, because it's not about money, it's about becoming the best version of yourself and improving every aspect of your life. There's a link in the description for you to book in a call with the mentors and get the right guidance, get a step-by-step plan, and have everything laid out so that your success is guaranteed. And all that's left is for you to do the work. Click that link, book yourself in for a call, and best of luck. Make sure you obviously show up on time, respectfully, in a quiet room, and write down all your goals, because that's going to be super important. But I won't hold you guys for any much longer. Enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, hit me up on my TikTok right there, or leave a comment with your question and I'll answer it. Thank you so much. Cheers.
All right, Manal, thank you so much for joining me on this case study. But we'll get straight into it. You made $3,000 in a single day at 17 years old. Can you just run me through how that went and basically the build up, and yeah, tell me everything about that.
Yeah, sales. Because, like, when I first started, I was learning all of the sales. And if I'm being honest, I feel like there was like such a long time in the beginning where I felt like I was starting to learn, but I wasn't implementing the like sales advice I was getting. A big thing for me is I talk so bubbly and nice. And so I feel like originally I wasn't closing because I was being so soft and stuff. And I was kind of like not taking the criticism I was getting. And I finally started implementing what my mentors were telling me. And that big thing was the authority. I wasn't holding authority and I wasn't being straight up in sales calls, which is obviously so important. Um, and once I finally like let my pride down, I actually listened to them and I feel like I had more authority and stuff. I was able to close a deal and I made $3,000 in that day at 17.
That is crazy because so you were working previously at McDonald's, weren't you? And that was, or did you quit that job and you've made now more in a day than what you would have made in an entire month?
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah. I was literally making like three and a half at McDonald's, especially casual and everything. So literally a pinch me moment that I made that in a day.
Which is crazy. So, what was the time frame when you went from learning and then actually making that amount of money? What was the rough time frame?
Yeah, well, I think the first strict month, I was just joining all of the like coaching sessions and I was going through all the modules. I was writing notes like a madman and I was going through everything. And then when I first started making a little bit of money, I was getting um a few hundred, but it was still like kind of baby steps. And this
Hmm.
has been my first like bit where I'm like, okay, I made big girl money. And it's crazy. It was finally when I started implementing the advice my mentors were actually giving me and listening, not just, you know, applying all the skills, but not actually getting better and growing in that skill. And it's crazy. Like once you do implement, your money will double as well, I think,
Yeah,
which is really
100%. And just being like, how is being around the right people and people that are really successful and helping you with the coaching and all that, how has that helped you get to and get you the results that you have now?
well, you know how they say, like, hang around three smokers, you'll be the fourth. Hang around three millionaires, you'll be the fourth. Like, I genuinely don't think I could have done it if I just got modules and I just got like theory work to do. I definitely couldn't have
Mm.
done it because my mindset wasn't all there. Like, I'm the biggest crybaby and everything. I'm a brat and I don't like things that are hard to do. And I've never been consistent, disciplined, any of that. But then having people that, you guys join at the same time and you're all going after the same goal, it's like you're like accountability partners. When they slack off, you motivate them. And when you slack off, it's like, no, I need to do good because they're all doing good, and it definitely pushed me to be so much harder.
Mm. Also, just being around, yeah, the right people and just the information that you get every single day is so powerful, even if it's like, especially if you're listening to negative things all the time, like negative news or negative people, your life's going to become negative and there's no going to be any not going to be any growth. But when you're actually learning something new, when you're around people that are successful, when you're around people that are actually helping you, it just like skyrockets you. And then putting in the time to then use those skills. But for you, what was it like stepping out of your comfort zone and transitioning from, a regular job to then uh, a different job, but being able to, see results? What was that like?
Well, I think at first it's kind of scary feeling like, because obviously the amount you put in is essentially how much you'll get out. So it's scary to quit your job where you know how much roughly you'll be making and have to
Mm,
completely rely on yourself. So that was something I found scary, but then I feel like I'm really happy that I had those people around me because it made me less nervous to just rip off the band-aid and go all in on myself. Um, and especially because, you spend so much time learning with these people and building that discipline. Like I think if from like my first month I just quit my job and stuff, I would have like choked. But
mm.
because I was surrounded with that community, we were all learning together. I felt like I had such a good routine where it's like I knew I could quit my job at McDonald's, and I was disciplined enough and with a good enough community where I knew I could push myself and work every day and get things done. Because it's different when you're at home and you're working remotely and you're relying on yourself. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
felt a lot more confident. Yeah.
just being able to see, I mean, you definitely feel more confident now because you've just been able to make that amount of money in a single day compared to, you'd have that confidence and you've seen it. You've just got to replicate basically that. So what was it like starting something? Obviously, it's like nerve-wracking, but what was it like starting something from scratch, like a brand new skill, something you've never done before?
Yeah, well, at first, when I first joined, I was really shy because I didn't know anything about sales, anything. And I felt so young because I joined when I just turned 17. Like I was like a week or two into being 17. Um, and so, yeah, I was really nervous and stuff. But again, the community, because there was people there with sales experience that already knew things about sales and they can help you and teach you. And then there was also people there that they came from no sales background and stuff. So it's like you
Mm.
never feel alone. And I feel like there's never a lack of knowledge because of how big and strong the community is. And everyone's helping each other as well. So I never felt like bad after I got to know the people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the more the more you talk, the more you get more like verbal with these people, and the quicker you learn as well because you're there interacting instead of kind of being really shy. But
Yeah.
also, so you obviously had a roadmap and a step by step, everything laid out for you. How did that help you go and get results and being able to, in quite a short amount of time? How do you feel like that helped you having that roadmap?
I feel like that helped me a lot with setting realistic yet good goals. Because sometimes when you go into something and you're like, my first week, I'm gonna retire my parents and get a penthouse in Miami. And then you set a goal that's so unachievable that you just give up altogether. Or it's like vice
Mm.
versa, you set a goal and it's like, I'll make my first bit of money in 2 years, and you just n never do anything. And so I feel like, oh, sorry, I feel like having that structure where I knew because when I got my plan and stuff, it was a plan that everyone else also sort of knew where you would go by. Like, if that makes sense, like everyone knew this is roughly a good amount of time where you can learn all of the skills. Like, it's a good amount of time. It's not, sorry, I'm explaining this so bad. It's not too short because when I first joined, I gave myself like the KPI of in 1 week, I'm going to go through every single module. I couldn't do that on myself. And they were like telling me,
Mm.
like, no, spend a month, go over everything properly and
Put it
drill
in
it
your
into.
mind. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so I felt like I knew realistically how to get everything done, not in a way where I'm wasting time and not in a way where I'm going to give up altogether because I set too unrealistic standards, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And just being able to, yeah, see actual realistic goals ahead and being able kind of like chipping away at them, like your first bit of comms, then your first, I don't know, $500 and $1,000, then replacing your income and then being consistent with that. And then like, first 3K day, then $1 million month. Woo.
Yeah, see, so much better having the structure and not going in
Yeah.
blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Like also though, so you said before that the the skills that you've learned now have set you up for a job like that seems very like high paying, definitely more than what you were doing back at McDonald's. Can you just run me through and how the skills that you learned here helped you actually land that job and what are the potentials with that?
Yeah, well, since I was young, I wanted to get into the real estate industry, industry because obviously sales. Same thing, it's uncapped. However much you put in is how much you'll essentially get out. The thing is, though, with sales and real estate, is a lot of the time people start in rentals and things like that, and it's harder to sort of go straight into sales because if you do not get listings, they will cut you in a certain amount of time. It's really cutthroat. If you're not delivering, they're gonna replace you with someone else essentially. And so,
Mm.
since I was 17, I had a whole year ahead of me where I had sort of nothing to do. I was still in school, still working, but I still had a year where I could be learning a skill, and I wasn't old enough to obviously do real estate. And that's when I was like, let me just go all in, learn sales, get some experience, and it would just be a really good experience for me in general. I know I wouldn't regret learning the skill. And so that year of just obviously learning sales, getting good at the skill, and getting confident in it. When I went to my job interview, they were so impressed that I knew so much about sales for my age because I went in 1 week of being 18. And now I've been doing really good in my job, which is so good. I'm so happy. And I'm not going to get cut because that's the thing with sales. You have to actually be confident in it and sort of know what you're doing. And sometimes in some real estate offices, they don't have time to teach you the step A and B and C to get to D. So me
Mm.
already having that sales background, I could go in with full confidence. They just got to teach me what they specifically want me to do, and I'm go, go, go. And so it sped
Yeah.
up the process a lot for me for the career as well.
Yeah, 100%. And just because really the skill that you've learned only took you 1 to 2 months, and then
Hmm.
now you're onto an offer or onto a job which was going to pay you. I mean, I'm going to say well over 100K per year with the potential, and that's with only a couple of months of learning one skill, and that's what that has opened up, compared to
Yeah.
the regular 18-year-olds that are just working casual, working normal jobs. What's really happened is just crazy. But I guess for you, what would you say to someone that is sort of in a similar position, wanting to get started, wanting that guidance, and yeah, what would you say to them if they're to just to get them over the line?
I feel like I would say to not sell yourself short because you are capable of so much more than you think. I feel like specifically me as well. Like I was so shy, so quiet. Literally, if anyone raised their voice at me, I would like cry. And I just am such an opposite person to what you'd picture a salesperson to be. Like
Mm,
complete opposite. And so when I went in, I like was having thoughts about, am I like I don't feel like I'm good enough to do this. What am I doing? Like, I was having those second guesses, like, what did I like get myself into sort of thing. But you genuinely don't realize how much you are capable of until you set yourself a goal. And being in a community where you have people to push you
mm.
will change that so much. And it'll make you more confident in yourself and you'll realize, wow, I can do this, this, and this. And you're just gonna keep growing from there.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, well, yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Means a lot. I'm gonna cut the recording, and yeah, cheers.